गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्मा तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम साई देव। O God, be in my mind and in my thinking. O God, be in my eyes and in my seeing. O God, be in my ears and in my hearing. O God, be in my mouth and in my speaking. O God, be in my hands and in my helping. O God, be in my heart and in my loving.
Sai Ram, everyone. With utmost love and gratitude, I invite Swami into today's program. Swami, please come and bless all our graduates and all our SSE kids. Thank you. Humble salutations and loving pranams to our dear Lord, Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba's lotus feet. Sai Ram, dear graduates, teachers, parents, center officers, and other distinguished guests. Thank you so much for joining us today. It gives me great pleasure to welcome all of you who are present here and all those who are watching us virtually over the YouTube to join our SSE graduation for the year 2022 and 2023. Why are we here? We are here to celebrate the graduation of our 4C students. When we hear graduation, what does it come to our mind? We associate it with achievement. What did these young graduates, these SSC graduates, achieve to get this graduation? To understand this, let's take a quick peek at what happened over the last 13 years. Yes, you all heard it right, 13 years. All these graduates have started their SSE journey in the year 2010. And some of them have started even a year before. I know at least a couple of students who started story group at the age of 3.5 in this group. So all these years, they have been attending SSE once a week for probably 9 months a year. So the time spent in the SSE classes is much, much less when what we compare it to our regular schools. Yet, it is powerful. The quantity doesn't matter, the quality matters. It's just like the small vitamin capsule we take to keep us energized and balanced. That's what SSE is for. So, Prasanna, can you move to the next slide? Okay. So when we see a beautiful building, what do we see? We are always mesmerized by the buildings, right? So just on a side note, I'm originally a civil engineer, so I love buildings. So we are always mesmerized by the structural and architectural beauty of the building, how it stands tall. But very hardly we think about all those people who have taken pains to lay a strong foundation so that the structure would stand tall and beautifully on the ground. So As we celebrate these wonderful SSE graduates, let's look back at those wonderful instruments who have shaped and supported all these students over the years. So, next slide, please. So, from 2020 to 23, for those who have gone through the SSE journey at Dallas Eye Center, we had 37 teachers, 5 sets of coordinators and center officers, various bhajan trainers, 2 stress management instructors. This is something this got started recently. That's why we have 2, but consistent. And all of them have at least spent 1.5 hours. And guess what? Just not these people. Look at all the volunteers. How many have come just today to support this event? So every single member of the Sai Center and the center officers, they support SSE. So it takes, right, a village, they say that it takes a village to raise a child. It takes the whole Sai Center to raise our SSE kids. So, next slide, please. These are the teachers who started these children off on the SSE children. There are many more, but these are the class teachers over the years who has been the class teachers for this particular set of students. So now I humbly request all the teachers, present or past, if you have taught in the past, but you're here, please stand up as I read out these names of these teachers. Josna Madhavpedi, Priya Satish, Aparna Somisati, Sridevi Chakka, Venu Chutwell, Anita Telakula, Deena Lulla, Radhika Kulakarni, Savi Bhamidipati, Grishma Pandya, Saroja Ramamurthy, Nilima Gaddepalli, Nimi Vempati, Banu Subramanian, Radhika Kulakarni, Sandeep Kulkarni, Jock Ehan, Jayashri Solanki, Sunila Nune, Banu Subramanian, Srinath Balakrishnan, Uma Bhandarkar, Aruna Sampath. Oh, thank you. Vijay Sampath, Anjali Mata, Lakshmi, Kirti Karod, Jayashri Patel, Sandeep Kulkarni, Nirupam Kalgala, and Namo Niranjan. Did you give the floor to Sujanti? Sujanti. Yeah. Thank you so much. Let's give a round of applause to all the teachers. Next slide, please. So, dear graduates, hearty congratulations on this auspicious day. Swami says the 2 sciences, physical and spiritual, can never clash. One complements the other. SSE has given you the toolkit to find the right balance between materialistic and spiritual aspects of the life. Swami also says, once I say that you are mine, I will never forsake you. You may forget me, but I will never forget you. By giving the opportunity for you all to join this SSE program, Swami has already taken you under his kind, compassionate wings. Know that he is always holding your hand, always be happy, do good, be good, and see good. Now, I want to bring your attention to the current SSE year. Despite their busy schedule with school, extracurriculars, college applications, etc., this particular class have done some amazing things. The next slide, please. The current set of teachers, Kirti Karot and Namo Niranjan, have, thank you. They have put their heart and soul to summarize the learnings these students have learned over the years, and also to provide a practical approach as they step out of their homes. I strongly believe that these students had an amazing experience under their guidance. At this time, I also want to acknowledge, apart from their personal things going on, at Sai Center, Kirti and Namu, they wear two hats. Kirti also supports SSE as an assistant educational coordinator. Namu is our YA rep, so they are very busy otherwise, but they give more than 100% for this class. Thank you. Now I want to invite our 4C teachers, Kirti and Namu, to help us summarize the current year and also lead us through the remaining part of the program. Thank you. Saira.
All right, Sairam, everyone. I know, we were just so cute, weren't we? No. All right, thank you for joining us today. And a lot of the parents, I just want to make a special thank you to you also for being here and being so supportive. It's wonderful to be able to celebrate with you all. So over the year, we want to give you a little glimpse. We've talked about a lot as a 4C class, and we have learned about things like finding our purpose, setting healthy boundaries, self-love, mental health, how to speak with compassion, control, surrender, and connecting with the Swami within. And also, before I get into the other part, let me tell you, you're thinking, like, why do they have kids' baby pictures of themselves? We love you all so much that we didn't want you to feel left out. So we're all about inclusion, and so we actually, have a little surprise for you.
Yeah, so this class is a very fun and energetic class, and that's what we've repeated to ourselves this entire year. They're so energetic. And we just wanted to know where all that energy and all that personality came from. So just like you see our childhood photos here, your parents have helped us out with this. They were more than happy to supply us with some old childhood photos of you guys. So as you deliver your speeches today, you might just be seeing a little old, cute, fine reminder of your baby picture on the slide as well. And Kirti and I had like the best time just going through that. You guys are so cute. But we couldn't do that to you and not do that to ourselves. So inclusion.
Yeah, we're trying to be fair. All right, so now as much as we learned together in class, we recognize that wisdom comes from all ages. And as teachers, we've learned a lot from you as students, and almost as much as we shared with you guys. So here's a few things that we learned from this specific 4C class this year. We learned that even halfway through the year, it is very possible for someone to forget their teacher's name.
We also learned that no matter how many times I remind you, or Kirti Auntie reminds you, it is possible and probable that you will call me Auntie. You might see some of that today as well, I won't lie.
We learned that the number of times that you get shushed by me in class is directly proportionate to the number of times you just got louder and louder. And I'm really sorry to 3C. You were right next door. And mom shushed our class like every couple of minutes. I was like, shh. And I just want to remind you, inside voices, they're a beautiful thing, okay?
We also learned that 17 and 18-year-olds will still get as excited, if not more, when presented with the opportunity to have snacks and squishies in class. Mm-hmm. More than like 4-year-olds.
And finally, we learned that we love you all, but you guys are nosy. Oh my goodness. You can smile and look nice all you want, but you really don't need to know what's in my personal bag. You don't need to know where Nimuaka went, where she went when she went out of town one weekend.
Not important.
And you don't need to know how old we are.
So I'm not even trying to hide it. I've said it in class. You guys just keep forgetting. So Anyway. But we did learn, jokes aside, a few really important things about you guys this year. We learned that this class is passionate. They're so eager to share about the things that matter to them, to the point that they prepared whole presentations for their inquiry projects and led our center study circle, not just SSE, our center study circle, for 2 weeks in a row. They've talked about what they learned with their families, and they really wrestled with the tough issues as a class together. We learned that they are vulnerable, they're open, trusting, and sincere in bringing forth their thoughts and sentiments on mental health, spirituality, and life. They're not afraid to own their own challenges, and they are open to growing. And we've learned that they are committed, regardless if it's SEVA, inquiry projects, supporting our center with various asks as a 4C group. They show up, they're ready to lead, and they give their 100%.
So, to our lovely class, we're so proud of the brilliant young adults you've become, and we wish you all the best in the next chapter of your lives. With Swami's blessings, we hope that you find your purpose, and if you forget about that, you can remember that beautifully symmetrical Ikigai drawing I did. Do you remember that one that looks like a MasterCard logo? Yeah, that one, okay. We keep being open and authentic, because you guys are amazing. You continue speaking your mind, do the right thing, and create the stillness to listen to your inner self. And just remember that your character is still the best part of your education. All right. I know this slide is up here, and so I'm just going to address it real fast before we move on. When we talked about how 4C is involved, when it happens over the course of 9 months, sometimes we don't see how much SSE can plug into different parts of the center. And, you know, we're over there in the trailer doing our thing, and this is going on. So this is just a summary of all the stuff that our class did this year and what we participated in. We started back in the fall with the Feeding Children Everywhere service project at the mosque, and then we moved right through, you know, regional involvement, Seva here at the center. We participated in devotional programs. We had students do Thought for the Day. We had students help out with t-shirt designs, the Afghani tutoring Seva that's still ongoing, Meals on Wheels. They came out with their laptops to help with donation collection. We went out to Save the Planet and do tree planting and the Inquiry Project. So we're just very, very blessed to have been able to work with this class. And thank you, all of you, for giving us a wonderful year. Okay, so now we're going to move on to our speeches, and would like to invite Sanjana Walampati to, we're very happy to have her continue with us next year, and she's going to introduce her classmates for us and get us started.
Saram, I would once again like to extend a warm welcome to all the families, Sai Center members, and of course our graduates. Saram, my name is Sanjana, and for the past 13 years I've grown up in this class of my closest friends, and I'm very grateful to Kirti, Auntie, and Namuaka to give me this opportunity to speak today at their graduation. And as I said, 13 years, so every Sunday, every year, it's quite a lot of time, and I learned who we were as a class. I learned that we are a tight-knit, very, very talkative, unfortunately stubborn, ready to learn, and constantly looking for something new to discuss, and a fun group of people. So going through my Sai Center journey with all of you has truly helped me grow as a person, musician, friend, and devotee. So I hope we can look back in the next 10 years and remember how much Jack Uncle's lessons impacted us in middle school, all the sandwich sevas we did together, or when Sai was the group leader at the seva and managed to yell at us the entire time, or when we collectively painted a shed, or when we had online Sai Center lessons and conveniently everyone's Wi-Fi was down at the same time and the ceiling fan was the only thing you could see. Or figuring out how to hide our phones throughout middle school to text each other during class, or sing the most complicated bhajans as 6th graders. Or our Ishwarama Day plays where we acted, sang, and danced like we were on Broadway. And I hope we can remember that all of our group singing efforts, life affirmations, and values with all our teachers, and we can really hold all of our memories together. So as you all progress to the next step of life, whether it's in the Northeast or in Texas, I hope we can also carry all the lessons that we learned, the memories we made. So I love you all very, very much. So please stay in touch with me. I'm still here. And I know the Sci Center loves me very much, so I will be back for another year, so don't forget me. And so I just also want to thank all of our Sci Center officers, teachers, and members for supporting our class over the last years. Now I'd like to mention three of my classmates actually who are not able to make it today. Purna, Harshita, and Vineet. Harshita and Vineet will have videos. So congratulations to all of you, and I love you all. Sairam.
Sairam, my name is Harshita Armagam and I will be attending Texas A&M this fall. I've been in SSE since 1A and I'm so thankful for what I've learned here. In the last 11 years, I have found so many people that I can count on, but most importantly, I found my relationship with Swami. If I'm being honest, growing up, dedicating 2 hours of my life to SSE was not how I wanted to spend my weekends. And sometimes the Taco Bell trips afterwards were what I looked forward to the most. But the lessons I've learned will follow me through college and the rest of my life. As for Swami, knowing that I can depend on him wherever I go is so comforting. I would like to thank my parents for taking the time to drive me to class every weekend, because without their dedication, I believe that I would be a totally different person. And I would also like to thank my present and past SSE teachers for shaping me through the lessons that they have taught me. And finally, my forever teacher, Sri Satya Sai Baba, who I hope will guide me through life. I once heard in a bhajan, "My life is my message," and I hope that Swami will guide me to make choices that make my life my message. Sairam.
Hello everyone, Saram, I'm Vineet, and I've been at SSE pretty much my entire life since story group. SSE has always been a place that I could get away from everything and see familiar faces that I've grown up with most of my life. After seeing my brother progress through SSE and give a graduation speech at his SSE graduation, it feels great to do the same. SSE has allowed me to grow spiritually, emotionally, socially, and intellectually. My progression at SSE is easy to relate to. It spans from not really wanting to come to class and wanting to stay in and watch NFL Sunday, to keeping track of score in class, to not even keeping track of score at all because of how engaged I was in my later years of class. Hands down, my favorite memories at SSE have to be going to VNA every Christmas morning at 5:30 a.m. and being part of current uncle and Trini uncle's station crew while wearing Santa hats and just having a great time. Through this, as I gained more and more responsibilities, I was able to love and appreciate SSE even more. Thank you to all the teachers who have taught our class throughout the years. I know we haven't always been the easiest class to teach, but we always find a way to have fun. Although the last 2 years I haven't been able to come to class as often and be as involved as I would have liked to, I want to thank Namu Auntie and Kirti Auntie for helping me find classes I could come to and just be as involved as possible this year. Thank you to all my classmates for always making class as fun as possible and welcoming me back every week with that iconic question, how's Tamps? Hopefully, we can all meet up in the future and ask each other similar questions about college. But genuinely, SSE has been the reason for some of the most fun I've had and some of the most intriguing discussions I've had as well. I will always keep the experiences and lessons close to my heart, and I will truly miss our class a lot. Thank you, and Saram.
Sairam, everyone. That's a cute picture. Thank you. My name is Ritika, and I was actually with the previous year's class. However, I wasn't old enough to graduate yet, like Sanjana. So I'm very grateful to be standing here today. Thank you. First, I would like to say thank you to my parents, my dad especially. Since we were little, he would always dedicate his 2 hours to drive me and my sister down here to SSE every weekend, and I'm very thankful for that. And I would like to thank my mom, my best friend, my backbone. She would always help me behind the scenes with all the events, programs, socials, so thank you both. Next, I would like to thank my two favorite teachers, Namu Akka and Kirti Auntie. Both of you guys really created a space where us students could be open and comfortable, so thank you, and I felt a real genuine connection. Next, I would like to just talk about a cute little memory that I have. So as a little toddler, when I first started Balvi class, I would literally cry. You can ask my parents. I would literally cry before coming to class because I was so scared that I would be left out or not make any friends, which is so funny because 12 years later, it's like I created a sisterhood with all my girls, and even though most of them are in college now, we still catch up with each other and talk with each other. So it's very nice to have a support system outside of school and outside of home, so thank you. Thank you. From meeting new people to Save Up projects and all these programs, I'm very glad for SSE because it really opened up a special place in my heart, and I'm so grateful for all my previous teachers for this great opportunity. And now I'd like to pass it on to Ananya.
Oh, that was a jump scare. Sairam, my name is Ananya Iyer, and I've been attending Center from 4th grade. I just want to take a moment to thank everyone, my current teachers, Namuoka and Kirthianti, and all my past teachers and everyone who has helped support me through this journey. I remember when I was sitting there and watching someone, watching my first graduation, and they always talked about how they were like, when they were little, they were like, I really want to play with Legos instead of being here in class. And I remember sitting there and thinking, I wonder if I'm ever going to feel like it was like genuinely worth being here instead of playing with Legos. And I would like to say that it definitely was. I've cherished all the learnings in Center, and my spiritual connection and values are forever ingrained in me, and so are the friendships I've made along the way. So I'm proud of everyone graduating today, and I wish all the best to everyone. As we move on to the next phase of our lives, I urge us all to use our education not only to better ourselves, but also make a positive impact on the world. Let us be guided by compassion and empathy and a sense of purpose as we strive to make differences in lives to those around us. To my fellow graduates, I wish you all the best on your journey ahead. May we continue to learn, grow, and serve with humility and grace. Next, I would like to introduce my classmate and fellow graduate, Sadhana Chimalamari.
Hi, Sairam. My name is Sadhana Chimalamari, and I actually joined pretty recently, so it's my first year here, so I definitely don't have a lot of the experience that many of our graduates here do, but I can definitely say the experience that I did have this year has been something that I will forever cherish, and a lot of the different programs and people I've met here has made my Saturday a lot funner than it might have been studying for calculus or physics at home. So I thank you so much for that. And a lot of the times, coming here had a lot of ups and downs. Sometimes I definitely did not want to come, and other times I was grateful to come because it was my time to relax and kind of have a breather throughout the week. And so I thank everyone here for coming and also supporting me through this year. So thank you so much, Namuaka and Kirthianti, as well as the rest of the graduates, for joining me in this journey. So next up, I would like to introduce Geeta and Sai.
Sorry, everybody. I'm really going to miss it all. From waking up on Saturday mornings to pack food at the NTFB with my classmates, to practicing the unison button for 2 months, but seeming completely out of sync as a class when it actually mattered. I really will miss it all from top to bottom. SSE has been the most transformative experience that I've undergone throughout my childhood. Just to start, it has allowed me to diversify my perspectives, making me a more tolerant and empathetic human being. And it has allowed me to grow as a leader by teaching me how to maximize the talents of my peers. It'd be impossible to thank all my mentors and teachers in Sci Center over the past 10 years, but I'd like to highlight a few special individuals. I'd like to give my utmost thanks to Chakri Uncle for exposing me to music at a young age, starting all the way back in Cleveland. And I'd also like to thank Arna Auntie and Jack Uncle for helping me find practicality in Swami's teachings and using it as a force for positive change in the world. To all the SSC teachers, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. I know it's not easy driving back and forth every Sunday, unconditionally, no strings attached, and pouring your heart, but I saw you pour your heart into your students. And it's the same belief, pursuit, and passion in something greater than yourself that has motivated me to dedicate my life to avenues that I wouldn't have even previously thought of. Next, I'd like to also thank my parents, Anitha and Srini Madla. Their unwavering faith in the SSE program and the Sci Center has allowed me to grow into the individual I am today, pushing me to go outside my comfort zone by doing things such as encouraging me to participate in unconventional service projects and sing at the most randomest of occasions. In conclusion, Sci Center and SSE is not defined by place or location, but rather its people. And although we're going in separate directions, if there's anything that we learn over the course of the program, we at least know how to differentiate between right and wrong. And this ability has been cultivated in all of us, thanks to the values that each and every person standing in this room has instilled in us. And because of this, the people standing beside me are poised to navigate the uncertainties that the world may present in the near and distant future. With Swami's grace, I'll be attending SMU as a presidential scholar right here in Dallas, and I'm looking forward to furthering my involvement in the center and as a YA, and building off the great work that we've already done. Next, I'd like to introduce Akshaya. Thank you, and Sairam.
Thank you, and Sairam. Hi, everyone. My name is Akshaya Chandrasekhar. Wow. Just like Sadhana, I joined the SSE program much later than all the other students in my class, but in my short time here, I've learned a unique way to serve others and devote myself to God. I actually joined this class because of Harshita, who you saw on the screen a little bit earlier. And if I'm being entirely honest, I definitely joined to spend more time with her, not necessarily for the purposes that you're really supposed to join. But it has become so much more meaningful to me, and I've learned that this experience is incredibly enriching, and I think it's something that everybody who has the ability to go through with it should. And I'm thankful for the short time that I was able to spend here at least. So thank you so much to Namoka and Kirti Auntie for accepting me into this class and welcoming me wholeheartedly. And of course, thank you to my parents for supporting me in all my endeavors, regardless of how inconsequential they may seem. And I appreciate all the opportunities that the Sci Center has given me, and I know that everything I've learned will serve me well in the future. So thank you. Next, I would like to introduce Mukunda.
Sairam, everyone. I stand before you today with a heart full of gratitude and a mind buzzing with wonderful memories and experiences I've shared here at SSE. In my time here, this class has nurtured my character, values, and principles. As I go on to the next phase of my life, I'll always remember the invaluable memories I've experienced here. Whether it's something fun like the socials or something heartbreaking like hearing about Kobe's death, I can think of numerous memories that have impacted me here in SSE. I've learned to be compassionate, to respect all religions and cultures, and to uphold the highest standards of integrity and honesty. These values will serve as guiding lights in my future and will help in any endeavors that I take on. One of my favorite memories at SSE has been the guest speakers that we've recently had. Their experiences and wisdom have opened all of our minds up to new possibilities, and I'll always remember these moments and the knowledge gained from them. In conclusion, I'd like to celebrate this milestone, and I hope everyone can go out with confidence and ready to make a difference wherever we go. Congratulations to the rest of my class, and thank you, SSE. Sairam. Now I'd like to introduce our next speaker, Janavi.
Sarah, my name is Janavi. I started SSE relatively late compared to most of the others. I started in 5th grade. For me, in the beginning, class was something I went to once a week to learn about Swami's teachings. As I got older, though, Sundays became the day that I would get to talk to Swami. In one of our classes, Jack Uncle told us, "You guys are here for a reason. If Swami didn't want you to be here, you wouldn't be here." That really stuck with me because everything is essentially a part of a bigger plan. No matter what happens in my week, on Sunday, when I come to SSE, what we're learning always correlated with what I was going through that week. I had problems with friends. There was a lesson about influences and not being around those that bring you down. If I was having trouble with a decision, a lesson about looking at the bigger picture and making choices based on myself usually followed that Sunday. No matter if it was Seva or regular class, Swami always found a way to ensure I heard what I needed. These past few years, I've been immensely grateful for the guidance from Swami and all the teachers and my classmates. I made so many memories and friends and learned so many lessons, all of which I'll be taking to college with me. Thanks to all the teachers who taught and helped me over the past few years, especially Namuoka and Kirti Auntie for always helping me this year and checking in when I broke my leg and always being open to my casual broken leg jokes in the middle of class. Thank you to my parents, of course, for making the 30-minute drive every Sunday, no matter how much work they had, and thanks to my classmates for never making a class boring with all the laughter. Sai Ram, and next I would like to introduce Sai Kalyan.
Dear fellow graduates, esteemed SSE members, and honored parents, throughout all the 4 years of SSE, I've developed some very, very important skills, such as making the 25-minute drive here go by faster, hiding my phone during SSE while watching NFL and NBA games with Sid, trying to bail out of mat folding time whenever they call my name, cutting in line for prayer line and prasadam, and the most important skill of all, which is transferred into my education as well, memorizing and making the entire presentation the night before we have to present it. Through these skills, I have exceeded and passed all my teachers' expectations, and now standing on this honored stage that marks the high point of years of hard work, dedication, and sacrifice. On a side note, please, future SSE students, learn from our mistakes, and if you're going to do something that will get you in trouble, please do it right. As we stand on the threshold of a new chapter in our lives, we cannot help but feel a sense of excitement, anticipation, and dread. Because what would we do on our free Sundays without SSE? It's not like I have friends to hang out with or tests to pass. But regardless of that, we are stepping out in the world as educated, well-rounded individuals who have the potential to make a positive impact on the world. However, as we embark on this new journey, it is important to remember the lessons we have learned and the values we have gained during our time here. We have been taught not only Satya Sai values, but also the importance of character, integrity, and empathy. These lessons will serve us as guiding light as we navigate the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. As we leave SSE, let us not forget the people who have supported us on this journey. My mother and father, who dragged me to SSE every Sunday, saying this is more important than whatever I had going on. My friends, who have provided me with a source of entertainment and laughter, and they cheered me up by irritating Kirti Akka Namu Auntie. And finally, our beloved teachers, who are the banks of knowledge and wisdom, and their guides to enlightenment. And finally, to Sai Baba, who was my biggest inspiration of all. Whenever my parents asked me to cut my hair, I would always say, no, I want to be like Sai Baba. Does Sai Baba cut his hair? No. In order, the first step to being like him is to perceive to be like Sai Baba. So thank you so much, Sai Baba. But besides the jokes, these people have stood beside me through the countless harsh presentations and volunteering work, and we owe them a debt of gratitude for the unwavering support. In closing, I would like to congratulate each and every one of you for this incredible achievement. I wish you all the very best as we embark on this journey and the next adventure. I hope we will all continue to learn, grow, and make a positive difference in the world. Thank you, Sai Ram. And the next presenter, Pranavi.
So my name is Pranavi, and I have been attending SSE since Story Group, so it's safe to say that I've learned a lot and made a lot of memories here. Well, I'll admit that I did come to SSE just for the bronze ice cream right after. Now I come here to learn more lessons and make more memories with everyone. So one of my favorite memories in SSE since the very beginning was the Ishrama days, because I loved how it was so fun and festive because of the skits that we did, doing it from like all day, and how it was a close interaction with all the SSE members. So while I've had many memories here, I look forward for the many memories I share in the future as well. So in the future, I'll be attending UT Dallas, and I want to use my connection with Swami when meeting new people and facing new obstacles. After all these years in SSE, I'd like to say a special thanks to the supportive SSE teachers, SSE students, and members. that made SSE a memorable and influential time. I'd like to say a special thanks to Kirti Auntie and Moka. Don't worry, I got it right. So thank you so much for showing me how I can do well in college by sharing all these lessons. I'd like to also say a special thanks to my dad for driving me to SSE and bringing me more motivation to coming here. Now I'd like to introduce the next speaker, Veda. Thank you, Sairam.
Saram, my name is Veda, and it is an honor to stand in front of you here today to celebrate the 12 years that we've spent together as part of the SSE program at the Dallas Sci Center. Now, today is a day of not only reflection, but also one of gratitude. But thank you isn't enough to express just how much every single one of you has impacted me. But to start, I would like to thank my friend, Swan. Thank you for always being there for me and being my #1 support. Next, I would like to thank my parents for keeping up with me as I still don't know when Sci Center starts and ends, but bringing me to Center every Sunday and instilling me values at home and outside in the community. I would also like to thank my teachers for devoting countless hours to teaching us these lessons and allowing us to live in Swami's values. And lastly, I would like to thank every single auntie and uncle in this center, from teaching me discipline at age 5 when I would not stop talking in the bhajan hall, and to every single one of my friends. You guys have truly been my support and my backbone through every single endeavor I've taken on. As they say, it truly takes a village. So thank you for being mine. As I reflect on the past 13 years, I'm reminded of countless memories that have shaped me into the person that I am today and the person that I hope to be. Whether it be in the bhajan hall, where I found my passion for music, or in service projects, where I've learned what it truly means to be a leader and how to live a purposeful and meaningful life. And for that, I thank you. Next, as I embark on my journey of higher education, I'm reminded what it means to truly live with these values. As I continue my academic career at the University of Rochester as part of their 8-year program, I know that New York is not a stone's throw away from Dallas, but I am confident that I have a place to call home. And for that, I'm so grateful. If I had to summarize everything I've learned in Sci Center in one word, it would be to love. To love not only ourselves and those around us, but to also infuse that value into every single action that we take on. And this is something that I hope to do. So as I bid farewell to this portion of my life, I hope to cherish every single memory I've made and take every lesson with me as I turn to the next chapter. Next, I would like to introduce my classmate, Shyam, to talk about his experience.
Sairam, everyone. I'm Shyam. First of all, I want to thank everyone who's helped me on this journey, from my parents to my teachers. Thank you, Namuaka and Kirti Auntie, especially, and all of my classmates as well. I started SSE in first grade, which is 1A. I was very reluctant to come, as many of my other classmates, but over the years, I've further developed myself, and I enjoyed the class time we have together. I used to want to watch the Cowboys game every Sunday. Normally it's at like 12 o'clock. I used to come here. I was very angry about it. Yeah, my parents can tell you all about it. But thanks to the amazing teachers, I was able to further develop myself over the years, learning values, learning how to properly talk to other people, learning to get out of my shell. Another thing that helped me with this was the Ishwarama Day plays. In one of them, I played Abdul Kalam, and I was able to get out of my shell. I used to be very shy, and yeah, it was just a very great experience. And a lot of other things that I've enjoyed were the sevas that I performed, and especially in some of the bhajans that we sang, even though I can't sing for my life. So I would just want to thank everyone for the experiences I've shared, and thank to all my classmates as well. Sairam. Next up will be Anjali.
This is just a forewarning. I'm not the best at public speaking, so This is gonna, please bear with me. So, Salam everyone, my name is Anjali, and I want to start by thanking you for taking time out of your day to listen to my speech. As I said before, I'm not very good at expressing myself, so please bear with me. My Science Center experience has been a unique one. My mom was a teacher in Austin, and I started from a story group, so I've been there for a while. See, joke's on you, I actually helped her find that photo. But I started from the way to story group all the way until the end of 7th grade. I moved to North Texas on June 24th, 2018. That year itself was extremely hard, and I slowly fell off from Sci Center since then. It took me 4 years to get back here during my junior year. That was the year we were online, so I was a little confused. And since it hadn't been that long, I didn't really know what to expect because, again, this was a different center with different people. I didn't really know, like, anyone except my aunt. I had, honestly, those 4 years distanced myself from Sci and Sci Center as a whole, and religion in general because of those 4 years. But because my mom found such a joy in coming here and talking about it, I decided to come back because I'm like, well, she likes it, I can go. And I very grateful that I said yes because she had kept on asking me for 4 years, do you want to go? You should go. We should totally go together. And there were some days, however, where I wasn't sure what my devotion looked like. I've seen others, members in SSE, talk about seva and puja and doing other things, but I didn't know what I should be doing. I had a really hard time figuring out how do I express my devotion towards this. And my time here has been spent figuring out how I can live in a way that would be living somewhat in the way of Sai. And I had spent so much time thinking about how I should talk, what music I should listen to, what I should wear, and that I didn't see what was right in front of me. My devotion made me who I am. It was the same reason I signed up to do the tutoring for the Afghan girls. It was just because I wanted to help. It was no other reason than that. My devotion is feeding my dog. My devotion is helping people with their homework, even though I have so much of my own. My devotion is making my mom coffee in the morning when she's extra sleepy. My devotion is making candy for my family when nobody asked for it, because I'm the only one who ends up eating it. My devotion is taking my dad's plate downstairs when he's watching a TV show he really likes. My devotion is listening to my brother talk about his new favorite song, even if I have no idea what he's talking about. My devotion is letting my dog sleep in my room and under my bed when it thunderstorms. I know this now, but it wasn't easy getting to this point. It took a lot of self-reflection to see what best suited me. And I now can safely say that my devotion is the way I care for those around me. It might have taken me a whole lot of time to figure it out, but I'm glad I did. Thank you. My bad, hold on. And I'd like to introduce our next speaker, Veda.
Salam everyone. These past 2 years, I had the pleasure to be a student of SSE. I would like to thank my parents for introducing me to the program, and I would also like to thank my current teachers, Namuaka and Kirti Auntie, as well as my past teachers. Your sacrifice to the program has not gone unnoticed, and I'm very thankful for your efforts. One of my experiences of SSE, which I cherish, is the connection and ability to perform seva. Every seva activity that I do here has never failed to put a smile on my face, and I truly admire the positive energy and qualities of my teachers and all volunteers who uphold Swami's teachings with passion. On top of that, the lessons catered to teenagers, such as the lessons on boundaries, are incredibly useful in my next phase of life. I thank everyone who made these lessons possible. Now, I would like to thank Swami for leading me to this program. I've grown up listening to his leelas and teachings, and I pray that he continues to guide me and all of us in our upcoming phases of life. And now, I'd like to introduce our next presenter, Apurva.
Saram everyone, my name is Apurva Subramanian. I've been in SSE for over 12 years, which is a really large part of my life, and I'm sorry if I made some of y'all feel a little old there. But I'm so grateful for, thank you. I am so grateful for all the support that I've had along the way. I first want to thank my family, my parents for driving me to class every Sunday and getting me involved in the Sci Center. I also want to give a huge thanks to all of the incredible teachers that I've had throughout these years. The lessons that I've learned and the discussions that we've had in class are truly invaluable to me. Also, special shout out to Kirti Auntie and Namuaka for dealing with our crazy class every Sunday and teaching us a lot about leadership and how to implement it in our future. For me, SSE has truly cultivated my service-oriented attitude through the various sevas we've participated in. One of my favorite memories was actually last year when we painted the shed outside. I actually still have the paint stain on my pants from reaching over Veda to go paint the top of the shed. But it was such a great bonding experience, and it was right after the virtual year, which I was so glad to see everyone. But ultimately, participating in these sevas taught me that service doesn't always have to be some large gesture. Even helping out with these small things can truly have an impact, and that's something that I hope to carry on in my future and in my time in college. Most importantly, I want to thank Swami for guiding me through these years and blessing me with this incredible Sai family. I think we've all grown pretty close, and I'm so excited to see what you guys accomplish in the future. Thank you so much, and Sairam. And I want to introduce our next speaker, Siddharth Sridhar.
Sairam, my name is Siddharth, or Sid. I've been in Bhavikas for 12 years, 6 years here and 6 years somewhere else. I've watched a few SSE graduations, and every single time my mom would ask, "Do you feel inspired?" Every single time I would say no. She would ask, "Are you going to make a speech like that?" I would straight up say no. If I was saying the speech last year, it would be very different from what I'm saying now. This year of Bhavikas has been something I truly did not expect at all. Looking back on my time in Bhavikas, I realized how much it has impacted me. Bhavikas has led me to become best friends with someone I originally hated, made me enjoy Seva to where Chitranti and my mom were scared I was going to get frostbite, and most of all has made me a much better person, from my leadership, public speaking, and morals becoming significantly better. From Bhavikas, I've learned many things that help me in life. One being to never let my mom drive if I want to be there on time, something my dad can agree with. To making sure to keep my legs crossed and my phone in the middle so I can watch NFL games and keep track of fantasy, something several people have said. And most importantly, me and Sai learned how to push Namonti and Kirtiaka to their limits without them snapping at us. And finally, like Sai said, Bhavikas has taught me the best way to procrastinate my work, like this speech, which I finished about 10 minutes ago. Finally, I would like to thank my parents for bringing me to Bhavikas. Okay. I would like to thank all my teachers, but more specifically Ganesh Uncle, Srinath Uncle, Nirupamanna, and Kirti Auntie, and my teachers this year, with an emphasis on Namma Auntie buying Taco Bell for us. Thank you. Now I would like to bring up Shreya.
Sairam everyone. My name is Sriya, and I know they saved the best for last, so I'll be sure to make this pretty quick, okay? So I remember on my very first day of story group, I was separated from the girl next to me because I kept talking to her about how excited I was. And while I haven't lost the excitement of coming to SSE every Sunday, I've also learned to cherish the lessons and memories made in class and, keep them out shut sometimes. And while I can't name them all, I would like to thank every single teacher I've had for the past 13 years. While I can't name every single one, I hope you know you've made an impact on my life. I'd especially like to thank Namuaka and Kirti Auntie for making 4C feel less like a class and more like a safe space for us this year. I'd also like to thank my family for being the most supportive people I know and helping me make the best of my time here every Sunday. From my dad letting me click the buttons on the slides for the budgets, to my mom letting me peek at her lesson plans, and my brother being my rock and source of advice, even if I don't have to ask for it. I thank my classmates for being some of the only people who can definitely keep me humble, but also being the people I can call my second family. And lastly, I'd like to thank Swami for being the main constant in my life for 18 years, and no matter where I end up, I know the values and applications I've learned from him will help me navigate my young adulthood and future as I further my education at Kelley School of Business at Indiana University. Thank you, and Zaira.
Congratulations, graduates. I have been taking notes so that we could rectify a few things. Okay. Thank you for honestly bringing those things out. For your younger friends who are coming up next year, we will make sure we take some precautions. Okay, so today we have a guest speaker. She is one of our Dallas Science Center members, and she is very special to you all, one of the special people to you all graduates. So when I asked her, please send me a bio, she's like, do you need a bio? I'm an SSE teacher. That's it. I'm like, no, please send me a bio. So I'm going to go over with what I've been sent. So she has attended Balavikas herself. She graduated from Balavikas in India. She is born in Karnataka to a very devoted Sai family. Her father was a Seva Dal convener and mother was a singer at Brindavan. She studied in Swami College in maths, physics and chemistry. Now I want to pause and ask if any of the graduates can guess who it is. Graduates. Oh, it's an auntie. Yeah, definitely it's auntie. Yeah, who is that auntie? Okay, let me go further down. She also received a gold medal from Swami for getting first rank. She joined Indian Institute of Science to complete her BE in computer engineering, and she had a master's from UTD. She also tutors math at home. Now any guess? Just auntie, graduates are guessing it. Yes. So I requested Josna to come here. So our guest speaker for today is Josna Mahadevpede. She is special for these graduates. Can anyone say why? Story group. She is one of their story group teachers. Thank you, Josna, for accepting our invitation and speak to our graduates.
Om Bhakt Sri Bhagavan Satya Sai Parabrahmane Namaha. My most humble salutations at the lotus feet of my beloved Guru and God, Sri Satya Sai Baba. So nice to see all the graduate students here today. I saw them when they were really, really, really tiny in story group, and there was such a joy to teach all of them, and I cannot imagine that they're already graduates here. They all seem so well-rounded, all grown up. And from tomorrow, you can all be aunties like Namu auntie. And then I can start learning from you. But until then, one last speech for you guys. Small lecture. So congratulations to all of you on this very, very special day. A lot of people must have already told you, you truly are the chosen ones. You must have heard that a lot of times, right? Must feel so cliched. What is this chosen ones? Why are we fortunate? Why are we lucky to be part of this SSE program? Well, you have realized somewhat through story group all the way to 12th grade, as you grow older and older, it will become much more clearer. As I grow up, as I've grown older and older, every day I appreciate it more and more that I have been part of myself have been part of Balvikas, I've been part of Swami's College, and the foundation that it has given us is invaluable. What is SSE? Anybody? What is spiritual education? Yeah, it is high spiritual education, but what is spiritual education? Ha ha. What is spiritual education? Is it just learning how to be good? Who said yes? Is that the end of it? It is the beginning of it. Learning to be good is the beginning. It is the foundation. And that's what SSE has done to all of us. We have somewhat learned how to be good. At least we know what being good is. It's for us to follow that. Then what is spirituality? It is learning about our own inner self. That is what Swami has come onto this world. Swami did because to teach us about spirituality, to teach us about what is really important, what is really true, what is really needed, what's the most important thing. So it is about realizing who we truly are, learning about our inner self, and to teach us about the permanent aspects of our life. While we live in this ever-changing temporary world, spirituality will keep us grounded and give us strength to deal with life. And yes, being good is the very first step in it. So we do have to be good and then take off from there. This graduation, so then what is this graduation? So are we done? We have graduated with the spirituality. We are done. Like I said, we are now only in the beginning. Yes. It is an end actually just to the formal reminders that you've had every week. You've come here every week and with or without your consent, we have been drilling stuff into you while of course reminding ourselves also about the code of conduct, Satya, Dharma, Shanti, Prema, love all, serve all, help ever, hurt never, all those things. I'm sure you can reel them out yourself. Till now you had the weekly reminders, but from now onwards, what do? How do you keep it going? You have to take responsibility for it yourself, and you have to recenter yourself by yourself. Now that you have graduated, the onus is on you. So why is spirituality again important? Why is knowing about you so important? Why can't you just do well, go to college, get good grades in college, then you can get a good job, make a lot of money? Why is that not just sufficient? Isn't that sufficient? You do well, you don't hurt anybody, and you make a lot of money, and you're happy, right? Is that sufficient? Why not? Swami says that is not sufficient because the purpose of our life is to realize who we truly are. That is what we are here for. And again, I'll come back to us being the chosen ones. Yes, a lot of people go through their lives without even thinking about these things, and they appear to be happy and they appear to be comfortable. But this is our true purpose of life, is to realize who we are. Does it mean we should not bother about studying, going to college, doing well? Not at all. You have to do all that while you're also going to think about who you are and contemplating on these things. According to one of the Upanishads, I think it's Mandukya Upanishad, it says, what is that one knowledge by which when you gain that, you will know everything? If there is such one knowledge, would you like to know that? Wouldn't that be great? If you know that one knowledge, you will know everything. You will know how to be happy all the time. You will know how to succeed at everything. You will never have any troubles. Mark that. I'll come back to the troubles part. So wouldn't that be great to do that? Yes, that's what spirituality is. You can succeed. While you focus on your spirituality, you will automatically succeed in your worldly life. So it's a win-win. So now when you're graduating today, people might say, hey, you're all adults. People are calling you young adults now, right? 18, you're adults now. Yeah, and life is changing. You're going on into the world. According to Swami, as long as you're students, actually not much is changing. Because Swami has these guidelines for us. What kind of guidelines? As students, Swami has guidelines for students to follow. Are you students only when you are in college? Am I a student? We are all students, but more so in college, because especially you're going there for a purpose. You're going there for academic education. You do want to succeed in college. And like I said, spirituality will help you do that. If nothing else, you will succeed in college if you get to be spiritual. So I called you all chosen, lucky, and as Auntie told you all, I'm also chosen and lucky. Because I was a Balvikas graduate just like you guys sitting there, except that I don't think I was as mature as you all. I don't think so. I hadn't realized anything, just went through the motions, graduated, was so lucky that I had went to Swami's college right after, and then as life came on, then I started getting mature and started realizing its value. So I want to tell you a little bit about how it was in Swami's college. The reason being, you're all going to go to Swami's college. Obviously, it's hard to exactly replicate what was there in Swami's college, but if you know a little bit, you can at least try to emulate a little bit of it. So that, again, why? Why would you want to do that? Why do you want to do that? Do you want to do that? You want to do that because you want to succeed. I'm sure all of you want to succeed. You want to succeed in college, you want to succeed in life. So, let me tell you quickly what we did in college. Okay. We had the best environment, spiritual and academic environment. And our daily schedule was like this. We used to wake up at 5 a.m. every single day, do Suprabhatam. After Suprabhatam, what would we do? We had chores assigned to us every day, like on a rotation basis, like cleaning up the dining room, prayer hall, bathroom, getting up, serving breakfast, etc. We used to have cold water baths and all those things like cold water bath. Am I asking you to have a cold water bath now? Not really. But if you get into a situation where you do have to do that, you shouldn't be distressed about it. That is what Swami taught us when we were in college. If you start having cold water bath at the age of 75, it's not possible because your body is all old and tired and you can't do that. All these hard, difficult habits that you can make, that you can adjust when you're young, you can do it. So Swami taught us how to adjust with the bare minimum. Then after college, then we'd go to college. In college, we had several subjects that were more than just academic subjects. So he taught us about spirituality, about temples, about Vedanta, yoga. Then we did other things like gardening, seva, a whole bunch of things. I'm looking at the time and it's just going on and on. I just thought I'd speak for 15 minutes, but I don't know. Maybe just a few more minutes. I'll quickly wrap up. So after college, after coming back, then we'd have snack. Again, we'd take turns in helping out, serving, and doing everything. And then 6 o'clock, after snack, we had about half an hour to just go out into the garden and spend time with friends. And 6 o'clock, we had bhajans for an hour. And then 7:30, again, we help out serving dinner. 8 to 10, we had study time. So what did you notice in our day? Did you notice anything odd about our whole day? We were so busy every single day doing so many different things. And the only time we had to study was 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock in the night. In high school, can you guys imagine studying 2 hours a day and then getting into an 8-year program? Can you do that? 2 hours a day, do you think that is enough? That's what I expect. You say it's not enough. But that was plenty for us. And how come that was enough for us? 2 hours a day was plenty for us to study. How come that was enough for us, 2 hours a day? The reason is because we had such a strict schedule, we had so much discipline, we were doing a variety of things. Yes. And our mind was, because of all these things, our mind was calm and peaceful. And when we sat down to study, we were able to absorb everything that quickly. If you're able to study everything within 2 hours, or the same thing study for like 10 hours and not get everything done, which one would you choose? No brainer, obviously 2 hours, right? You might say, no, I don't have enough time to study. I can't do all these extra things. I can't go to this seva. I can't do this. I can't whatever and whatever. So many excuses you might have. Oh, we didn't have any TV. The other day, actually, a couple of years ago, I had gone back to my college to see if there was any change happening there. Even today, Swami's college students, the girl students, that's all I know about, they don't have cell phones in college. They're not allowed to have cell phones. They don't have any cell phones. And they're quite functional. You would say, if we don't know what's happening in the world, how are we going to live in the world if we are not exposed to all these things? If I don't watch TV shows, what will I talk to people? What will I know? I can't fit in. See, we hear about all those things, right? When I graduated from Swami's college, what happened? I then went into the Indian Institute of Science, right? And for 5 years in Swami's college, Swami taught us, do not look around you, don't talk to guys, don't talk to boys, don't look at them. So for 5 years, I had no experience even talking to boys or being with boys or anything like that, right? And then I went into, I had this academic examination, All India examination, and I took that examination. And then I got a very high rank, All India, and I got into this prestigious university. So that again proves 2 hours of studying is plenty to compete with anybody in the world, provided you have that mental frame. So it is important to keep your mind, mind calm. That is the trick there. So when I joined this institute, guess what? All the top students were in this computer science program. So there were about 27 boys, and how many girls? 1 girl. That's just me. The very first day I went into the college, first day, right after Swami's college, and I'm going into this university, in the class, and I'm the only 1 girl. Then slowly I adjusted somehow. In my mind, of course, I was a bit nervous, but afterwards my classmates became my friends, and later on, after a few months or 6 months, whatever, they told me they could never guess that I was nervous. They could never guess. And was not awkward, I was not nervous. So my point here is, you don't have to give excuses of I have to fit in, that's why I have to do this. Without knowing this, I cannot. While you're in college, focus on your education. That is the most important thing. Later on, and your spirituality, the grounding. When you have that, you'll have everything. What does it say? That knowledge will give you everything. Of course, we are all far from that Upanishadic knowledge, but that is the goal. That's what our spiritual path is. That's what we are trying to do. We are on that path now, and we should continue to be on that path. One more thing. I want to ask you a question. Okay, this is going to be a trick question. So I'm giving you a heads up. So when you all go into college, what are you all going to take that one thing with you? Everybody will take that one thing with you. For sure, I have no doubt. What is that? Oh, she says phone, okay. All right, yes, you're right. Anything else? Huh? I told you it was a trick question, so yourself. That's the closest to the answer that I'm looking for. What Auntie Sinam is, that's the closest I'm looking for. What I was looking for is, you're going to be taking Swami with you to college. That's what you'll be taking. Again, are you actually going to take Swami with you? Why not? Because he's already with you. Exactly right. Yes, that is the answer. Yes, Swami is already with you. You're not going to be taking him with you. But just the thought and the act, the thought that you're taking him with you will give you some kind of a solace, some kind of a help. So Swami is going to be, you'll be taking him. One more question. I'll finish up real quickly. One more question. You will have to, let's say, you're at home and you're doing the dishes. Okay, you're helping out your parents or yourself and you're doing the dishes. Is that Swami's work? You are good, man. Yes, that is Swami's work. So, what I'm trying to, everything is Swami's work. Well, we should not think that, oh, this is Swami's work, this is not Swami's work. I have to go to bhajan on Sunday, I have to do Swami's work. So that's why studying is not Swami's work. Is studying Swami's work? Yes, studying is Swami's work. Is helping out a friend Swami's work? Yes. Anything that you do is Swami's work. Any work. So a way to remember that is, when you're beginning the work, you say, Swami, I'm doing this for you. That's what when we say doing this for Swami, what does that mean? I'm dedicating it to Swami, what does that mean? I'm washing my dishes, Swami, I'm washing the dishes for you. When we are doing stuff for Swami, we will automatically do it well, right? That's one advantage of it. Another advantage is, when we give it to Swami, let's say we are doing prayers and we offer Naivedyam to Swami, so you would have seen, you offer something to Swami, flowers, you offer some prasadam, you offer to Swami, right? Not prasadam, the food to Swami. We offer all that. Similarly, we can offer washing the dishes to Swami, studying to Swami and all that. After that, when we offer to Swami, what do we get back? We get prasadam. What is the prasadam we get back when we are offering things to Swami, as like washing the dishes or studying or doing anything? What is the prasadam we get? Whatever consequences of our action, whatever results from our action, that will be our prasadam. Anything, good or bad, doesn't matter. When you think it is a prasadam from God, won't you take it happily? Anything that God gives us, we will take it happily because God is giving us, right? So that is what it's going to be. I was going to say some more, but okay, I'll skip some. So like we are all privileged now. What do we have to do now? What is the most cliched saying that comes with privilege? Smart kids. With great privilege comes Yeah, responsibility. But that is true though. That is true. Because we've called ourselves, and privilege doesn't mean entitled. That's not what I'm trying to say at all. What I mean is lucky, fortunate, that kind of a thing. And what is the responsibility we all have now? You all have now. Aunties of tomorrow. What do we have? What's the responsibility? Aunties and uncles of tomorrow. I'm so sorry. Certainly uncles, more so. So what is the responsibility we have now? Because we've been taken to a certain level already, we want to continue with this. We want to continue with this. How do we continue? We can think about it, we can meditate. It's not, see, spiritual journey is not something somebody can teach you, take you to a certain point, or you have to do it yourself. And you don't have a choice here. You're already on it. So whether you like it or not, whether you're going to keep your phone and hide and watch football games or whatever you do, with or without your knowledge, you are already on the path. And sooner or later, you will keep progressing on it. That is, it's better to be aware of it and progress. So you are going to do that. That is your responsibility. It is the responsibility to yourself to progress spiritually, and it is your responsibility to help others. You can join the local Sai centers, you can join other Seva organizations, and you can tune yourself to Swami. When you tune yourself to Swami, what is tuning yourself? When you're constantly thinking of Swami, when you're constantly thinking of what Swami has taught us, it's easy to listen to Swami's voice. So when you tune yourself to Swami, you can hear him, right? But the life is so busy. When you have studies, you have so many other things that you have to do, that you might tune out Swami and you may not hear his voice. That is why it is very, very important to make a habit of talking to him every single day. So take Swami with you wherever you go. Take him to the exam, take him to a meeting with a friend, take him to your study hall, take him wherever you want, and tell him everything. Tell him your successes, tell him your failures, and anything that happens, accept it as prasadam. Yeah, just accept him as prasadam, and always remember that Swami is always with you. Just want to end with a poem that Swami has said to all his students. It's actually written by Swami. Swami says, "O Lord, take my love and let it flow in fullness of devotion to Thee. O Lord, take my hands and let them work incessantly for Thee. O Lord, take my soul and let it be merged in one with Thee. O Lord, take my mind and thoughts and let them be in tune with Thee. O Lord, take my everything and let me be an instrument to work." Sai Ram.
Thank you, Jyotsna-bin, so much for the wise words. And I think it's very exciting that you get to come full circle and see your students graduate. We have a little thank you for you on the side here. And Jyotsna-bin, I think, is an excellent example of lifelong learning, and I'm sure all of you will agree, because to be able to absorb that and reflect it back at you is just such a gift. So thank you again. Okay, so now you get to get your certificates, and which is where you feel like, ooh, I actually graduated now. So what we're going to do is that you guys are sitting in order. Parents, get your cameras out. I know you're all waiting. Yes, I can see everyone's up. Yeah, let me reach it out. So we have a little gift here for our graduates, and Nimi Auntie is going to call your name. You're going to come up here. I'm going to hand you your thing. You'll get your certificate, and you'll come around this. You'll pause. Your parents will take a picture of you, and then you'll come and sit down. But we wanted to involve some other very special people to be part of our handing out process. We have Jack and Sally, who are going to be handing out certificates to our graduates today. So just a little, yes. Just a little intro about them. They've been Psi devotees since 1994 and joined the Dallas Psi Center that year. They had an interview with Swami in October 2001, and in that interview, Swami gave Sally one of his orange robes that they keep on the altar at home. Jack has been teaching SSE on and off since 1995, and Sally often joined him to relate Swami's stories to the students. And as many of you mentioned, whenever you talk to anybody and you say, oh, meditation, oh yeah, I know the one that Jack Uncle taught me. So yes, they're delighted to join us and be part of our blessed SSE graduation day. Sairam.
Thank you. All graduates, if you can please line up, then we can move forward. And boys, if you can line up on the other side. You can stand here. She'll give you the certificate. She could help you. Namu can help you. Okay. The first graduate here is Ritika. Vineet. Vineet is not here today. Ananya. Sadhana. Geetan Sai. Akshaya. Mukunda. Jahnavi. Sai. Pranavi. Veda. Anjali. Yeah. Sham. Sorry. Vedant. Apurva. Siddharth. Shriya. Thank you so much for handing the certificates. Please stay here for a minute, Jack. Please, thank you. Vijay, is Vijay. May I request Vijay and Chandrasekhar to give our token of love to Jack and Sally, please. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you, Jack and Sally, for doing this. Yes. Yes. Now we are almost to the end of the program. May I request Vaikunt and Namo, our young adult representatives.
Haven't seen the last of me today. Sairam.
Yeah, Sairam, new young adults. Myself, Vaikunt Verma, YE Neil Rap. So, warm welcome again to everyone. I know this is some of from that they may tell you like SSE kids, so please remind them gently. Now, no more SSE kids.
you are young adults. Sai Youth, I will say, the Swami, Sai Youth, if we say, right, that's really important part of our life, and Swami love most of the Sai Youth part. I would like to read one quote from Swami. Young people should consider the true purpose of life. They should get rid of all the impurities in their hearts. With pure hearts, they should embark on service at all times and everywhere. Hands in society, head in the forest. From today, develop an unwavering mind and steady vision. That is the way to divinize the world. So yes, Swami says, you are the person, you are all are who can change the world. But yes, start with your friends and families first, then you can go with this Swami's mission. Some of you may be still here, and some of you may be traveling and going to this different city and states. But I would like to tell, Swami will be with you, as Jyosnaji told, and keep Swami besides with you and everywhere, wherever you go. Swami will take care. Saira.
So Sam, everyone. My name is Nemo. I'm also the female YA rep. Outside of seeing you guys in class every single week, you get to see me more now. But Dad, onto what bike comes second. Young adulthood is an exciting chapter of all of our lives, where you're going to experience a lot that might be new and uncertain. New people, new places, new experiences, doubts, fears, hopes, and dreams. But we hope you keep in mind that what's not new or uncertain is the support and love you will find in our Psi community and in your young adult brothers and sisters here. Our Psi Center, and we are always here for you guys. And whenever you visit, please feel free to reach out to us and let either of us know if you need anything, or just to let us know that you are here, because I guarantee you there will always be a devotional program or Save Up project we will need help with and we can plug you in on. And we're all a Psi community, so regardless of where life takes you, like Swami, we are always there for you. And we hope you remember that as SSC students of yesterday, the young adults of today, and like Jyotsna Auntie so lovingly mentioned, aunties and uncles of tomorrow. So with Swami's blessings, we humbly invite you all into the young adult fold, and we wish you all the best in this next chapter of your journey. Sign out. And now we'd like to invite Chitranti to say our closing remarks.
Thank you, Namu and Vaikunth, for that very beautiful welcome and very wise words. Thank you, Jyotsna. I can't see her. Where is she? So thank you so much, Jyotsna. I think it was a wonderful, wonderful, beautiful talk for all of us. You heard the applause from the parents' side. So it was really meaningful. And I hope the children will get all the experience and the wisdom they've learned over the 13 years. I think you will be able to take them with you. First and foremost, of course, we are also thanking Jack and Sally for making time. They're always our teachers, our go-to favorite teachers for the children. As you heard in every single speech, Jack Uncle was referenced. So he and his Sogam meditation and his wisdom is part of our Psi Center. It's a DNA for Psi Center, so if you will. First and foremost, a huge applause to the parents here. Can we please give them a round of applause? You guys indeed dragged them, and you were determined, you were resilient, you had the faith in Swami. So kudos to that, and keep it going. Keep your prayers up for these children, this next generation who are going into the world. Sometimes, even from middle school, they think they know everything, but not there yet. You guys will not know until you reach there, but you always have to remember one thing: we are here for you. Your village is waiting here. You know that the bottom of your heart, you can reach out to any of us here. Parents, that goes to you also. You're not, that's your only child, don't consider yourselves empty nesters. You have a lot more children to take care of here. Come on in. Come as SSE parents, volunteers, or center, there's study circles going on. we have to thank the study circle for letting go this slot so that like the SSE graduation can continue. So thank you for the study circle members. I just remembered something when Jyotsna came up here. I always remember this when we talk about study circle. Probably many of us don't know, and we have to thank Uncle for this. I've also personally met him. That he is one of the key contributor, or even the person who started the study circle in Whitefield, right, Jyotsna? So I think we have to really thank him for coming up. Jyotsna's dad, yes. So having thanked the parents, of course, we have only heard about the Group 4 teachers a lot, but you know that is not true. Right from the story group, teachers till just before they step into the 4C, 4B, there's a lot of the whole village, like Nimi was pointing out, there's a whole lot of people who have raised these children. There's teachers in the teacher's role. Some people, they don't take teacher's role, but they do a lot behind the scenes. Like for example, like this beautiful altar setup. Somebody was not there today, Sushiben just stepped up saying, I'm available. I'm here for the kids, So thank you, Sushiben, for doing that. And our beautiful Seva team, the leaders Vijay and Chandra, they were responsible for all of this decoration. The outside, what you see, and you are in for a surprise when you go into the Founders Hall. As for the refreshments, it's for the SSE teachers, the Group 4 graduates, and the parents. They did everything. We are very grateful to our Seva leaders, our fearless leaders, for doing that. And again, one more time, a huge round of applause to our graduates. And I'm going to apologize that we are running the devotional session like 10 minutes late. I'm going to invite our Vice President, Tara, to do the announcements and kickstart the devotional session.
Om Shri Sai Ram. Welcome everybody to our devotional program. We're going to keep it real brief and short with the announcements so that we can start with bhajans. So if we can go to the next slide, please. I would like to invite anybody who is a newcomer today to please stand. Is there anybody who is here for the very first time at our Dallas Eye Center? No. Okay. Well, we are happy to see everybody who is back here again. As you know, this is our usual schedule. Next week will be our Isharama Day open bhajans after the game carnival for SSE. Next slide. As Chitra mentioned, Study Circle will resume again next week. We've had a few weeks off. Next. All right, Vedam learning sessions are going to start on May 7th. All of this information and the following slides will also be in the newsletter, so I'm just going to move along a little quickly here. Okay. Please note in red that we do have a registration date of May 7th if you would like to participate in the regional Pancharatna Kirti offering. So again, all of this will be in the newsletter. Please give it a look on Tuesdays when it comes out. This is a picture of the wonderful Suprabhadam that was held at the center yesterday. 3C participated in that. And please note that the next date is going to be on May 27th. All right, in the newsletter, you will see we have a big block of opportunities of various service projects. People of all ages, families can come and support. So we'll just roll through it because I know you can read them yourselves, but we've got our tutoring sessions, Meals on Wheels. These are our recurring activities. We do have an opportunity to serve at the bridge coming up on Sunday. You can see a quick little video that's put together. So if you've never served there before and you have questions, we have wonderful leaders that can answer that for you. Sandwich Seva this week will be at the center on Sunday, the 7th. And so you can sign up on the link. Again, will be in the newsletter for you. All right, next week is a fun week for all of our SSE kiddos and their families. So we are having our Isharama Day celebration and story group through 4B graduation. They're going to have a great carnival. So we're excited to see everybody for that next week. And then following 2 Sundays, there's going to be an opportunity for our students to learn how to crochet. And it's such a meaningful way for them to spend some time over the summer in terms of being able to give back with the different scarves and blankets that they crochet for people that are in hospice and nursing homes and such. All right, so I think we have a 4C student that's going to share the thought for the day, and then we will jump into Bhajan Sairam. Thank you.
మీరు ఎక్కడ పోయినప్పటికీ నేను వెంట ఉన్నాను.
You may go anywhere, Bhagavan is with you.
మీకు ఏ విధమైనటువంటి బాధలు వచ్చినా నేను చూసుకుంటాను.
Bhagavan will take care of all your difficulties.
ధైర్యంతో దైవం యొక్క భావమును మీరు అభివృద్ధి పరచుకొని సేవల్లో పాల్గొనండి.
With all the courage and divine thoughts to serve the society.
కొన్ని నష్టములైనా కూడా పర్వాలేదు, మీరు సహించుకొని సేవలు మానుకోకుండా ఉండండి.
You may suffer certain losses but never give up service.
హ్యాపీ ఏది హ్యాపీ?
We say happiness. What is that happiness?
జీవితంలో ఏది హ్యాపీ లేదు.
Nothing is happy in this
అంత
world.
అప్పటికప్పుడు వస్తుంది, అప్పటికప్పుడు అంత పాసింగ్ క్లౌడ్స్.
Things come then and there itself and they pass on.
కానీ పర్మనెంట్ అనేటువంటి హ్యాపీ ఒక దైవత్వంతో మాత్రమే ఉంటుండాలి.
The permanent happiness is with God only.
ఇది హార్ట్ టు హార్ట్, లవ్ టు లవ్.
It is a connection heart to heart, love to love.
ఇదే మీరు పెంచుకోవాలి.
This you should develop.
ఇది మీ యొక్క నిజమైనటువంటి యొక్క భక్తి ప్రపత్తులకు సరైన నిదర్శనము.
This is the true proof of your devotion and sincerity.
స్వామి యొక్క ఆశీర్వాదములు అమితంగా ఉంటున్నాయి. మీరు సుఖంగా, శాంతిగా, ఆనందంగా భక్తి ప్రపత్తులతో జీవించి దేశానికి సరైనటువంటి యొక్క సేవలు చేయాలని నేను ఆశీర్వదిస్తూ నా ప్రసంగాన్ని వివరిస్తున్నాను.
You have Bhagavan's blessings in abundance. Bhagavan wants you to lead a peaceful, happy, blissful life and grow in sincerity, devotion and steadfastness, and brings his divine discourse to a close.
तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम्
श्रीविनायक वन्दना जय श्री गणेश विघ्ननाश विद्याबुद्धि सर्वसिद्धि सुरञ्जना जय श्री गणेश विघ्ननाश गजानना जय हिरम्बा श्री जगदम्बा नन्दना एकदन्ता दयावन्त शुभानना मङ्गलदायक श्रीविनायक वन्दना मङ्गलदायक श्रीविनायक वन्दना जय श्री गणेश विघ्ननाश गजानना
आनन्दया भगवान् हे प्रेममया भगवान् आनन्दमया भगवान् हे प्रेममया भगवान्
Shri Ramachandra Jaya Jaya Rama. Rama Shri Ramachandra Jaya Jaya Rama. Karuna Virama Kamaniya Rama. Karuna Virama Kamaniya Rama. Rama Shri Ramachandra Jaya Jaya Rama. Kodanda Rama Kalyana Rama. Kodanda Rama Kalyana Rama. Sharanagata Paripalana Shri Charana Rama. Sharanagata Paripalana Shri Charana Rama. Rama Shri Rama Sai Rama. Rama Shri Rama Sai Rama. Samar Vijaya Rama Saketa Rama. Samar Vijaya Rama Saketa Rama. Rama Shri Ramachandra Jaya Jaya Rama. Karuna Virama Kamaniya Rama. Rama Shri Ramachandra Jaya Jaya Rama. Kodanda Rama Kalyana Rama. Sharanagata Paripalana Shri Charana Rama. Rama Shri Rama Sai Rama. Samar Vijaya Rama Saketa Rama. Samar Vijaya Rama Saketa Rama. Rama Shri Ramachandra Jaya Jaya Rama.
Giridhara Govinda Gopala Ganeshama Nanda Lala Giridhara Govinda Gopala Ganeshama Nanda Lala Manamohana Madhusudana He Madhava Manamohana Madhusudana He Madhava Damodara Janardana Satyanarayanaaya. Namo Sai Narayanaya. Namo Satyanarayanaya. Idara Govinda Gopala Ganeshama Nandalala. Manamohana Madhusudana He Madhava. Damodara Janardana Muralidhara Manamohana. Namo Sai Narayanaya. Namo Satyanarayanaya. Namo Sai Narayanaya. Namo Satyanarayanaya. Idara Govinda Gopala Ganeshama Nanda.
रघुकुल भूषण राजीव नयना रघुकुल भूषण राजीव नयना ईश्वराम्बनन्दन सत्य साई रामा ईश्वराम्बनन्दन सत्य साई रामा जानकी वल्लभ लावण्य रामा जानकी वल्लभ लावण्य रामा निरुपम सुन्दर सुगुणाभिरामा निरुपम सुन्दर सुगुणाभिरामा प्रशान्ति निलया पावन नामा प्रशान्ति निलया पावन नामा ईश्वरावनन्दन सत्य साई राम जानकी वल्लभ लावण्य रामा जानकी वल्लभ लावण्य रामा निरुपम सुन्दर सुगुणाभिरामा प्रशान्ति निलया पावन नामा जय जय रामा प्रभु साई रामा जय जय रामा प्रभु साई रामा रघुकुल भूषण राजीव नयना सत्य साई राम
सब जुरे गुरु चरणम
मानस भजोरे गुरु चरणम
दुस्तर भवसागर तरणम
दुस्तर भवसागर
गुरु महाराज गुरु जय जय साईनाथ सद्गुरु जय जय
साईनाथ सद्गुरु जय जय
ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय शिवाय नमः अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल शिव अरुण शिवो ओंकारं भव ओंकारं भव ओंकारं भव ओम नमो भावा ओंकारं भव ओंकारं भव ओंकारं भव ओम नमो भावा मानस भजोरे गुरु चरणम
भवसागर तरणम
गुरु महाराज गुरु जय जय
साईनाथ
सद्गुरु जय जय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय शिवाय नमः अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल शिव अरुण शिवो ओंकारं भव ओंकारं भव ओंकारं भव ओम नमो भावा ओंकारं भव ओंकारं भव ओंकारं भव ओम नमो भावा मानस भजोरे गुरु चरणम दुस्तर भवसागर तरणम
O Lord, make the whole of my life as pure as the flame before me. Let it consume itself in the fire, scattering light and the warmth of love to all around me. And at the end of it all, let there be nothing left of me to keep me from merging in you. The Lord of the universe is here. Swami Satya Sai is here. Come to save devotees everywhere. Come to bless his children everywhere. Born at Puttaparthi, the Lord of the universe is here. Calm and tranquil like the moon, shining with divine inner light, filling all with bliss at his side. He is always serving those in need, answering the prayers of devotees, giving grace to you and me. The Lord of the universe is here. Sai, you are Guru, God and Self. Mother, you are everything to us. Father, you are everything to us. You are the divine primal energy, manifest as all that we ever see. You are the one reality. The Lord of the universe is here. God is the sacred form of Om, universal radiance divine. Please accept this offering of mine, the flame of love that burns within my heart, meaning we can never be apart. You and I are ever one. The Lord of the universe is here. Om Jai Jagadish Hare, Swami Satya Sai Hare, Bhakta Jana Samrakshaka, Bhakta Jana Samrakshaka, Parti Maheshwara. Om Jai Jagadish Hare. Shashi
पवित्रं बाबा विभूतिं परमं विचित्रं लीला विभूतिं परमार्थ इष्टार्थ मोक्षप्रदानं बाबा विभूतिं इदमाश्रयामि परमं पवित्रं बाबा विभूतिं परमं विचित्रं लीला विभूतिं परमार्थ इष्टार्थ मोक्षप्रदानं बाबा विभूतिं इदमाश्रयामि
असतो मा सद्गमया तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमया मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमया असतो मा सद्गमया तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमया मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमया समस्त लोग सुखिनो भवन्तु। समस्त लोग सुखिनो भवन्तु। समस्त लोग सुखिनो भवन्तु। शांति शांति शांति।
Sairam everyone. We request all the graduates, parents and teachers who are here to stay for a little bit so that we can take a group picture at the altar. And everyone please join for a reception in the Founders Hall. Thank you, Sairam.